on Tap Detroit, brought to you by the Realtors of the Joe Wright Group, Jason Stiltner of Flagstar Bank, Time Out with Steven Scott, presented by Baldman Entertainment.
Buckle the fuck up.
It's time to play the game.
They are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Time to play the game.
You can't let that shit happen.
You play to win the game.
If we take a fucking tight end, I quit!
Cannot win with him. Can't do it.
Time to play the game.
Welcome to Sports on Tap Game Day for Week 10 of the NFL season. I am Chris Scott, alongside Joe Waddell and Frank Giagata. Gentlemen,
Good morning.
good morning.
Or morning.
Yes, that's more accurate, probably, yes.
It is indeed
I say,
morning.
people say, like, oh, good
It
morning.
is.
I'm like, I don't see what's so fucking good about it.
It is a morning.
Yes, it is.
Morning.
But, yes, we are here for the Week 10 of the NFL season. We actually have a game going on right now. It's the Seahawks and Buccaneers in Germany.
Yeah, we're watching Tampa Bay beating Seattle by 14-0.
Yes, with late in the second quarter.
Yeah, late in
So
the second.
I dig these morning games, though.
I like them because when we do the show,
Yeah,
we
it's
get to watch
great.
some football while we're doing the show.
It's great.
So.
I love it. It's fantastic. So, I honestly, I think they should have one of these every week. I do.
I wouldn't be against it. I think they should branch out to more than just they branched out to Germany, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this is.
I think they're going to be doing a Mexico game.
I believe
I
they
know
are doing
they've done
this.
it before.
Okay.
They sent the Raiders down there. A few
Okay.
times.
Of course, they send the Raiders down there because they've sent the Cowboys down there as well.
Yeah.
which obviously makes sense. And
yeah,
I think they've done the Cardinals too.
I think that'd be a good idea for them to do.
Yeah.
But then again, we think there's a lot of good ideas for the NFL to do, which they don't really
Yes.
do.
Yes.
Which is strange because the NFL is pretty good at putting out their product to the masses. But
Yeah.
it's like we've said all along they should expand the Nickelodeon.
Oh, they
aspect of the
absolutely
games.
should do that.
And somehow I keep seeing like highlights from it. I
They have
don't
a-
see the games on there, but I see highlights with the slime shit.
Yeah, Nickelodeon has a highlight show, an
Okay.
NFL highlight show that they do that stuff for.
Got you.
But in my opinion, they should do that for
real.
I mean, in my opinion, I think they should do it for all the primetime games at this point. That's where you should start at this point and then expand it from there. But like, if you want to expand your product and get a younger audience to watch your product, that's the way to do it.
That is the way, and we've talked about that at when they first did it.
Yeah.
Like they should absolutely do more of this. I don't understand whether it be like I think the Thursday night game would be perfect to do that.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
it's generally a shit game.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, I would watch that version of it over fucking the actual Amazon version of it.
And I would watch that version over, like, for example, the Monday night Peyton Manning,
Right.
Eli Manning. I would actually
Absolutely not.
I would
Frank's,
rather,
absolutely
yeah,
not.
no.
I would rather watch that than either. Actually, I can't stand. So Peyton gets lumped in with Eli for me because I just can't stand Eli. I can't watch him.
Peyton is entertaining as hell on there.
To me, honestly, it's all about like who the guests are. If there's the guests I don't care about, then I'm not going to watch that
Right.
version of it. I'm just like, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
makes
Because
sense.
there's too many like awkward pauses in it,
There is.
and it makes it just very uncomfortable to watch.
Well, it's where you realize you're watching two quarterbacks
Yeah.
break down the game
And
because
I'm
all of
like,
a sudden the
but
ball
there's-
snaps and they just get silent and
And
they're
I-
paying attention to everything that's going on.
And I think that's due to Eli though, because Peyton can carry it on, but like, Eli just like kind of stops, and then it makes it really awkward.
Part of my favorite thing with Eli, though, is like Eli will freeze and do the Eli face.
Yeah.
And you don't know if the camera's frozen or not. Like he just sits there staring, going,
Are you just dumb?
Yes.
"Oh,
Yes.
we're back."
Yeah, right.
It's like, okay, I don't know if he's computer or his screen froze or what.
Well, anyways, obviously we had our little rant in the morning, so
Yeah.
that's fine. But
We don't rant.
let's get to the Week 10 slate of games. We'll start it off with Minnesota traveling to Buffalo.
Minnesota.
I've been listening to a lot of hockey podcasts this
Minnesota?
week. I swear to God, I've been listening to a lot of hockey podcasts
Yeah.
this week, and they're all Canadian.
Yeah.
And I kid you not,
It's bleeding over
It's
in
bleeding
you.
in. It's fucking ridiculous.
You heard it
Don't
too.
watch hockey.
Like it's.
You heard it too,
Oh,
right?
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
I noticed it. I noticed it on Thursday, and I'm just like, holy shit, dude. Like, I gotta stop listening to these hockey podcasts. It's crazy, man. Because
The
all of
thing
them are
was-
Canadian.
It didn't register because a lot of the ones you're listening to, I'm listening
Yeah.
to. So I'm just like, what? Oh, no, he's not supposed to sound like that. Joe's right.
Minnesota.
It's just bleeding in. It's crazy, but that's what it is. So like I said, Minnesota taking on Buffalo. 63% of the money is on Minnesota at plus 6.5. 68% of the money is on the over at 46.5. 58% of the money is on Minnesota money line at plus 240. Now, Josh Allen is playing in this game.
Yes.
I do not think he should be playing in this game.
I 100% agree
We
with you.
talked about this on Tuesday.
I agree with you.
Sit him down. It's not life or death if you lose this game.
If I were them, I would be sitting in for the next 4 games. Two of those games are winnable,
Yeah.
even without Josh Allen.
Right.
One's Detroit on Thanksgiving Day,
Yep.
and you have to have the bigger picture in mind.
I agree.
So, is home field advantage that important to you that you need to risk your quarterback having Tommy John surgery, or should you have him rest his elbow for the next 4 weeks?
I think they should absolutely rest him.
I side with resting him.
Yep.
And
On
letting
top
it.
of the fact that it's Buffalo in the playoffs, you're almost going to benefit more by not having home field advantage. Like,
I like weather-wise.
yeah, the weather that you're going to be playing in for the playoffs is potentially
Well-
going to be atrocious.
And not to mention, your game style is not a run first game
Right.
style.
It is not.
So that's what benefits in snow. So you're right. Like, it wouldn't benefit them to be playing in snow in the playoffs because that's not their game. Absolutely.
I mean, Josh Allen can run it, but it's going to get pretty obvious when the quarterback's running every single play.
Every single time. So with that injury, it's no surprise to me that Minnesota is favored by the value index in this one. They're actually projected to win this game by about 2 points.
Okay.
So the value index has them at almost a 9-point value index on this one,
And
with
not to
getting
mention,
the points.
two of the guys in Buffalo secondary are out as well.
Right.
Or let me rephrase that. Poyer's out and Rousseau's out.
Yeah.
So, take that for what you
So
want.
one of your best pass rushers,
Yeah.
one of your best
DBs.
DBs,
Yep.
and so this has them as Minnesota as the favorite. Minnesota as the favorite.
He's going to do that nonstop now.
Minnesota.
You know that.
No,
Minnesota.
It's
if
gonna
I were to
be-
bet this game, and I think I may, I would take Minnesota money line on this. Absolutely.
Yep.
I don't know about the spread necessarily, but I would definitely take a money line.
Yeah, I mean Minnesota's getting
No,
7.
I get it. Yeah.
So, I mean, you're smart to take them both ways, and if you lose the one, hopefully you'll win. Even if Minnesota loses, hopefully you'll get the win on the points as well. So you won't lose both. But I'm definitely going to put some money on Minnesota money line.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm definitely throwing money on Minnesota money line. I hate betting on my own teams, but this one, I feel like this is a pretty significant lock right here.
I feel like it's definitely it's one of those games that leans in a certain direction.
It does.
and you're smart to lean in that same direction.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't always play out to where that happens and you win them. I mean, it's called gambling for a reason, but
It is.
I think it looking for the munchkin to come down.
Yeah. I heard footsteps. I thought it was coming downstairs.
We set the over under of how many times she comes down at 3.5.
Yeah, and
Joe
it's
said
already
we're
been
ready-
won.
Yeah, we're already at one.
I took the over on that one.
As did I. I know one side of the field in that one pretty well, and I believe she's going to go over in
Right,
that
right.
regard.
Well, I'll take credit for the first one.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
showed
she was
up.
following you down, man.
Oh yeah. No, she wanted to introduce me.
She wanted
is that right?
She
Oh,
wanted, she wanted to come down and tell me Frank
Look
was
who's
here.
here. So obviously we kind of talked about the betting aspect of this, and I think we're kind of all on board with Minnesota in this one.
Yeah.
Whether you want to do spread or money line, it's obviously your call. But Fantasy-wise, do you sit Josh Allen this week if you have him?
So that's a tough one. If you have better options,
Yeah.
so for example,
Which, I mean,
That's
you have
tough
Josh
to-
Allen because
Right.
do you have a better option than
well,
Josh Allen?
and that's why it's tough to say whether you have a better option or not. But if you, for example, if you have Josh Allen and you have Justin Fields, as
I'm
your
starting
backup,
Justin Fields all day.
I'm starting Justin Fields.
Yes.
Hard to argue it.
He's got a great matchup against Detroit, and he's been playing outstanding
he
as
has
far
been.
as. Listen, he's been playing pretty damn good realistically, but when you look at fantasy wise, he's been awesome. So in the last 4 or 5 weeks, fantasy wise, if you have him as your backup to Josh Allen, I'm playing him this week.
Like what I'm looking at right now, they have him as a third-rated quarterback this week.
Yeah, as Fields.
Yeah.
So I have him at 4, but yeah,
But it's somewhere in that range.
It's somewhere in that
So
range.
He's a top 5
right.
player
And
week.
this
so-
week, Josh Allen has been knocked down to about let's see, for me it's 7th.
Okay.
And I've even seen him dropped as low as 10th,
Right.
based on the fact that he's injured and probably wasn't going to play at one point. Now he is going to play, and so I mean that's
I don't think you're going
and
to
it's Josh Allen. So
Right.
could he go off? He still could go off.
I was gonna say he's got wheels either way.
I don't think you're going to see him taking a lot of deep shots today, though.
I agree. I agree.
I think it's going to be a lot of underneath routes.
With that being said, I just think it's stupid to play him right now.
I agree. Like we said, we talked about this on Tuesday. I don't agree with this. Sit him down. Again, this is not a life or death game. Like you're fine. You don't need home field. You don't.
You don't.
And realistically, Minnesota's not that good anyways. Like I know they're a 7-1 team. They are playing very well.
But they've also played like 3 backup quarterbacks.
Yeah, and that's what
This would have been a 4th if Josh Allen was
Yeah.
sat. You know what I mean?
like it's not.
But
It's not a 6-2, 7-1 matchup.
They're
Like it is on paper, but that's it.
right. Like Minnesota's consistent, but they're not. You're right. Their record is kind of overblown a little.
I mean,
bit.
they've already taken the division. I don't see anybody
No,
catching them
no,
with
it's
the
a terrible
division at
fucking
this
division.
point.
But look at fantasy wise. If you have Dalvin Cook, dude, you're gonna have a big day because Buffalo cannot stop the fucking run. They can't. It's been proven they can't stop the run.
yeah.
Like Green Bay ran all over them. The Jets ran all over them. It's Dalvin Cook's gonna have a monster day today. I think.
Which is unbelievable because they had like second and third string guys in their secondary.
Yeah.
And the fucking run is the problem. with
Yeah,
them.
they can't. It's amazing. Granted, last week their middle linebacker Milano was out.
Right.
So I mean, obviously that doesn't help.
Yeah, that's not gonna.
But this is just like a week thing. This has been a season long thing that they can't stop the run. So like I said, if you have Dalvin Cook, you're probably.
What is
gonna
this
do
current game spread at?
What for the Bills?
Yeah.
6.5.
Okay.
Buffalo's laying 6.5.
Yeah.
Which, okay.
It got all the way down to Buffalo minus 3.5.
Really?
When it looked like Josh Allen wasn't going to play.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. You got anything else fantasy wise?
This one's a tough one to handicap fantasy wise because of the Josh Allen injury, right? So
Right.
you have guys like Diggs that you would want to play, Isaiah McKenzie, Gabe Davis, who's been very disappointing so far. Devin Singletary. I think Singletary is a good play today, with the possibility of them running a little more.
Yep.
And on the other side of the ball, I look at what you said. I mean, Dalvin Cook is a smash play today. I really love that play against this defense that gives up a lot against the run. Kirk Cousins, he's been pretty damn good this season. He hasn't made the big errors. Justin Jefferson's one of the best in the game. They got T.J. Hawkinson now, who. Oh, look at that! You see what happens when a team uses T.J. Hawkinson like they
Weird.
probably should.
Weird.
See what happened last week? 9 for 70,
Yeah.
and
It's crazy.
yeah, 9 catches, 70 yards, and they got him involved, and that's weird, man. But anyway, so Justin Jefferson is
Weird. You guys are saying a lot of things about the Lions, and I got nothing.
I didn't say anything about the Lions. I said nothing about the Lions. I'm talking about Minnesota right now.
I took it as a jab at the Lions.
I'm talking about Minnesota right now.
Minnesota.
I think Kirk Cousins. If you have a better option today, you can look in that direction. But again, I have him as I think 12th best quarterback on the week.
Yeah.
So, You're looking at guys like Dak, Tom Brady. If you have Kirk Cousins as your starter, you might not have another guy above him, unless again, like you have Justin Fields as your backup,
right?
Or maybe you have Geno Smith, or I would even say Russ is a better play today because that Tennessee defense sucks. But he's another one where I'm wait and see on. But
so you got Geno right now; he's not really helping you.
He's not looking too good right now. But I mean,
not.
hindsight being 20/20, I had him rated above Kirk Cousins this week.
All right.
So take that as you will.
Right.
But
Pete Carroll over here making life real difficult on Tom Brady.
Good. Fuck Tom Brady.
Ball was at like the 2. They had all 3 timeouts.
You made him call them all.
Brady nailed it, and he fucking timeout.
Good.
They were
Because
on
you
like
know-
the
you-
half-inch line.
I don't have an issue with that. You never know. He could fumble the snap. Who knows?
Listen, yeah.
Especially on the goal line.
right.
Dude, and you saw he was on like the quarter-yard line.
Yeah. I don't have an
and
issue
he
with
kind of
that.
twisted up. It's like, dude, if you fall in the end zone, that's 2 points.
All right. So moving on to obviously the fucking biggest game of the week. Frank's Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears.
I love how you say that all the time.
It's obviously the biggest game of the week. The Bears are laying 3 with 75% of the money on that. 64% of the money is on the over at 48.5. 62% of the money is on the Bears money line at minus 150. I love the Bears in this game. I do.
How can you not?
Yeah, I do. I do as well. And if you're going to look at the value index tool, which we look at, it has Chicago winning this game 28-20.
Okay.
And it has Chicago being a little over a 5-point value index team on this one.
So hammer that spread. Hammer that minus 3, baby.
Yep. And
Both defenses suck. I don't like that score.
Fair.
well, I,
I
mean,
think it's going to be much
yeah.
higher.
I mean, the simulations never have they don't ever have a 42-40 game
Yeah,
or
right.
anything like that. But yeah,
No, I know.
it's I do kind of like the over in this game. I agree. What is it at again? It's at
What the
the over under 48.5.
48
Yeah,
and a half.
48
and a half.
Yeah. And just to tell you, last week's record for the value index was 7-4-2.
All right.
So if you bet with the value index last week, you were doing pretty good. So I forgot to give the overall record before I said that. Last couple weeks I've given the overall record for the last week before, so that was
Now,
last week was pretty good.
If you bet this game, I would look into doing like some side bets, like with Justin Fields, like anytime touchdown score
Yep.
or something like that.
Yep.
Like yardage wise, I would definitely look into something like that as well.
I think trying to get his over rushing yards would be tempting for me because I want to look and see what it's at, but they never typically have that at a ton. Like his
It's
over,
only like 50 or something.
yeah, it's gonna be 50 some yards for plus money, and I would even go over that. Like I would choose one of the higher ones. I would actually go over 100 rushing yards on him and just try and get that plus money because I don't see them holding back on how much they run him at this point.
No, because they realize, oh shit, if we run this guy, we actually have a shot to do
Oh,
stuff.
look at this.
Weird.
If we use him similarly to how they use Lamar Jackson, we can be pretty good on the football field. Look at that. That's a
It's
shock.
crazy, right? Like we said, we talk about some of the just dumb, idiotic decisions these coaches make, and then they finally realize, oh shit, maybe if I do this, we'll be successful, and yet you are successful. It's like, all right, why you should have done this all along.
And then I watch fucking post-practice question time with him.
So Justin Fields over under rushing yards. So if you go up to, they got it at 49.5, 59.5, 69.5. So if you choose one of those, at 69.5, you're plus 120. If you go up to 89.5, you're plus 300.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. I'm tempted to throw some money on the 89.5 plus 89.5.
I was gonna say, does 100 even show up on there?
It doesn't. So the alternative rushing yards are over 90, which that's the same thing as over 89.5. So.
I got most rushing yards of the game, and Justin Fields is at plus 240.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would take that as well.
But yeah, the thing that I think is starting to piss me off the most about him now, it's not the fact that he's actually turning out to be a mildly good quarterback. I watched the post-practice interview yesterday.
Oh,
And
I saw what he did. Yeah,
The guy's actually a halfway decent human
yeah.
being on
He was
top
ta-
of it.
He's talking about like donating coats to
Yeah.
Goodwill and shit like that.
And
Yeah,
I'm
it was
watching
actually
this, and I'm just like, fuck.
God damn
Like,
it.
I can't hate this guy. son
and
of a
that's the
bitch.
problem. Like, I have no problem hating somebody for how they perform on the field.
Right.
But I can't hate on a good person.
Right. No,
No, I can absolutely hate on a good person.
see, but
Well,
Frank
there's
can't.
a difference between you and I.
That's I know.
You
Frank
sound like a
cannot.
Minnesotan. I act like a Minnesotan.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you and even borderline me can still hate on a decent person because by all accounts, Russell Wilson's a decent person, and you
Fuck that
fucking
guy.
despise him.
I don't respect Russ.
I don't
But-
respect him either because I think he's a fraud.
And, you know, to use the popular terms, he's very cringy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's
Yeah.
very cringy.
But I know you, and I know it's tough for you to hate on a person who is actually a decent person.
And
Like,
you're going to come out and start, you know, thumping charities and stuff, talking about how Chicago's.
It was good. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool of him to do that.
For today, I'm at least sit here and shut up and let you guys have your time with him.
Fair enough.
Now, when he blows up on the Lions today, I'll go back to hating him on
Which
Tuesday.
I really hope he does. That would
He's
be-
going to. There's no way around this.
I'm trying to check out the weather in Chicago right now.
yeah, and again, so going back to we'll get to fantasy here.
We're looking at like 39.
39.
Yeah, that's it.
39 degrees.
Yeah.
No weather or anything like that.
No, it's like mostly or partly sunny.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I like Justin Fields in this game a lot. I haven't ranked it. Not we talked about it a little bit ago. I ranked it 4th.
yeah,
A lot of places haven't ranked it 3rd, like you saw. I mean, it's hard not to at this point. I mean, the Lions. It's a combination of how he's been playing, how they've been using him, and the Lions' defense. So all three of those is like a perfect storm of, like you kind of got to play him this week and expect big things out of him.
right. Other than that, fantasy wise, I'm not really too high up on like anybody else fantasy wise besides Justin Fields.
Yeah, so I think Cole Kmet is a unique play. So I mean, you saw what happened last week, and he's being utilized more and more. He's getting open more because of how they're using Justin Fields. When you start using him the way you're supposed to,
Wait, it spreads the defense out? Crazy.
because they're so worried about stopping him from running and keeping him contained that other guys end up getting open. When he scrambles around the outside, guys break off their coverage, and then you have open receivers, no matter who they are, whether it's a tight end, wide receiver, whatever.
And it's the thing with a lot of these scrambling quarterbacks, they don't have the arm power to throw the long ball. So these tight ends on these short routes, dude, they eat with a quarterback like that. That's why Andrews is what he is.
Well, and typically, they also are the ones running the shorter routes. So when they scramble, the players that are going to break off of them, like what if your player is going to break off and try and stop a quarterback from running, it's not going to be the wide receiver's the quarterback
Right.
covering the wide receiver way down the field. It's going to be the linebacker covering the tight end cutting across,
Right.
or running the out route. They're going to break off and try and stop the run. So then who becomes open? It's that tight end. So it's kind of double faceted there as to why they become why they're the most used by quarterbacks like this. Is a lot of times you're right. Their arm strength isn't necessarily the arm strength of a quarterback who sits in the pocket.
Right.
But then also, when you get that running aspect and you're going to have a defensive player break off to cover or to stop the run by the quarterback, it's going to be the linebacker covering the tight end, which then makes the tight end wide fucking open. So it's multiple faceted there as to why they can get used like that. And,
Right.
And Cole Kmet's, by all accounts, a good tight end that just hasn't been productive enough at this point, mostly on the team using him properly and having a quarterback to get him the ball. And now they're kind of doing both those things.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
sorry, I dove a little too deep into that one.
All good.
Darnell Mooney wouldn't be a bad play as well. I don't mind him today. I mean, I think I would play anybody against the Lions defense. I'm going to recommend even playing guys like Montgomery and Khalil Herbert if you have them.
I know, but we said that last week.
And it didn't pan out.
It did not pan out.
But go with the majority of, like, if you look at the overall picture,
Yeah.
the majority of the time, like, look when Seattle played them. You could have had any of those wide receivers. You could have had Geno Smith. You could have had Kenneth Walker, K9. You could have any of those guys. And they all had a great game. Every one of them.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to sit here and tell you that last week was a changing of things, but I need to see more than one, maybe even 2 weeks of mildly okay defense.
Well, and look-
before I
now-
start thinking
now,
that they can play defense.
What if they get blown out today? When are you going to be officially done with Dan Campbell? Like, I'm curious. I'm serious about this.
Like, I don't have any faith in the guy as it is.
I
Like,
know. When are you going to be officially done with the franchise?
Oh, that's not happening anytime soon.
Never.
I was gonna say, like, I gave you the option last year, and I got the 4 wins out of it. I'm not.
There's always a caveat to it.
like
Always.
I'm not at the point where
They
It
still have the
is what
same
it
quarterback, though.
they're not going to for much longer. Though I do see them re-signing him next year.
They're going to have to. What are their options? So I don't want to break this down too much. We can do it on Tuesday. But if you look at it, say they win 2 more games the rest of the way. What are they won 2 right now. Say they win 2 more, right?
Yeah.
He's 1 game better than last year. So you're not going to lose him. And you're not going to lose him anyway. They're not going to let him go. But also,
And you could have traded him last year.
if you – absolutely. But if you have –
There's a Ukrainian League of American Football.
Apparently.
I'm sorry.
if you have 4 wins to end the season, you're probably not gonna get one of the top quarterbacks, right?
You wouldn't think.
Not where you're at right now.
And
no.
actually, would you want C.J. Stroud? I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't. I would want what's his name from Alabama? Maybe
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young.
Yep.
I really don't love any of
But
the quarterbacks.
I was
though.
that's the whole thing.
like it's deep. Don't get me wrong, but
the more you-
talent wise,
No, but like we
it.
talked about, you should have fucking took certain quarterbacks when you had the fucking chance to do it. and
they
you
didn't want to take. They didn't want to take Tua. Tua sucks.
They didn't want to take Justin Herbert because Justin apparently he wasn't good enough.
They didn't want to take Tua, and then they didn't want to trade for Tua every single time that they were rumored to be trading for him when Miami was begging to get rid of him.
because Tua sucks.
He does. It's all Tyreek Hill. You're seeing that with Mahomes right now. He's not the quarterback he was with Tyreek.
I know he's actually better. It's crazy. But whatever.
I loved when people were like, Tyreek's gone. Mahomes got
Oh, we got 2 big games coming up. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We got on the fantasy stuff for the Lions. And
Looks cold up there, boys.
What?
Your brother just said it looks cold up there, boys.
Yeah, that motherfucker's in Florida right now.
Oh.
He's going on a cruise.
well, fuck him.
Yeah. You know what? I normally wouldn't say this, but yeah, fuck you, man. Why you gotta be a dick?
Yeah, that's
and-
not cool, man.
It is cold.
Joe, if we're on in the car, hi everybody else. Sorry for the language.
Oh
No, I'm not
He's got the in-laws and everybody.
My bad.
And my niece is there too.
Oh
so,
shoot.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, I'm not
Joe.
apologizing for the fucking language.
Yeah, wait a second. You know what you're getting with us. Fuck that.
I was gonna say if you were dumb enough to put us on in the car, then
That's on you, man.
Yeah. Then you and Trevor are enjoying yourselves, even though Trev doesn't enjoy the sports.
All right, moving on.
Sorry, I could sit here for hours and just screw with them.
Jacksonville taking on Kansas City. Kansas City is laying 9.5. That's 51% of the money is on that. 55% of the money is on the over at 51. And 83% of the money is on Kansas City money line at minus 435.
So before we go too far, apparently we are on in the car.
Oh yeah.
And Steph said, language.
Joe, I blame you for that one. You know what happens.
I mean,
Not you, Joe. My brother.
yeah,
Joe.
no, I mean, yeah, I'm kind of with you on this one, Frank.
Yeah,
you know us.
You kind
at this
of
point.
knew what you were getting into with this.
And with the in-laws in the car, you are dumb.
Stupid.
Oh man, we appreciate you listening though, bud.
Oh, absolutely.
real.
Thanks. What game are we on?
Kansas City, Jacksonville.
Kansas City Jacks.
Do you want me to go back over the betting aspect of this?
Can you? Yeah, I was
can.
too busy. I was too busy laughing to myself over here reading this about him saying we were on the
And
car.
I somehow ended up on basketball odds. So
All right, 51% of the money is on Kansas City laying 9.5. Does Kansas City ever not play at home? Like, I'm serious. I feel like they play every game at Arrowhead. It's crazy.
it feels like Michigan a couple years ago.
I'm not even like, Ohio State this year. It's fucking ridiculous.
See, I haven't paid attention to their schedule, but they got like another 3 games on the road.
I feel like they play every game at home. 55% of the money is on Jacksonville, or on the over, I'm sorry, at 51. And 83% of the money is on Kansas City money line at minus 435.
Okay, so looking at the value index tool, they have Kansas City winning this game 28-23. which is pointing for you to take Jacksonville. They have Jacksonville as a 4.5 value index in this one.
I actually like the under in this one. I do.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
I do. You look at these teams.
Even with that Kansas City offense?
Even with that Kansas City offense. Because I think Jacksonville's defense is not horrible, and I think they'll do enough to slow it down to the point where Kansas City is going to score, obviously, but they're not.
Right.
I don't think they're going to be able to score at will and with relative ease. I don't, and that's just why I kind of like the under 51 in this.
Yeah, I mean, 51 is a lot of points.
It is a lot of points,
And
because especially if you look at it, if you only have like one team scoring them in Kansas City and Jacksonville, who I'm sorry, Ski, I tried to do it. Trevor Lawrence sucks. He's not the guy, man. He's not.
Y'all were saying like
4
weeks ago
I
that they
know.
were for real.
I know.
don't put y'all in that because I still think he's going to be fine.
I'm done with Trevor Lawrence. I give it enough. I'm done. But he might be like a solid NFL quarterback, but I don't think he's going to get to the point where everybody had him as like star or superstar quarterback. I don't think he's ever going to get there. But
Well, people said that about Justin Fields. Still yet to be determined. People said that about Tua.
I was going to say
still
we're
yet to be
talking the
determined.
same time.
I mean,
frame
there's
for Tua,
there's
or
still
for
right. I mean,
Fields
there's
and,
like we're
and Trevor
like
Lawrence.
people said that about Russell Wilson, and he turned out to be a hell of a fucking player on Seattle. He sucks now on Denver.
Seattle.
But I mean, like, you know, sometimes it's a little too early to determine those things. That's on you, bro. You do you, boo boo. I'm just saying. I don't think it's that time to call that yet. But
that's fine.
if you're looking at this, if you look at Trevor Lawrence and the Jags, they've actually hit the over in 6 straight road games.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you got ETN going nuts back there right now.
Right. And the more he goes nuts, the more it's going to open up things for Trevor, which could help him in the long run because if you've got defenses keying in on ETN, now let's face it, James Robinson was good, but he wasn't like defenses were going to key in on him good. Like, he was solid. You've got ETN who requires a defense to key in on him. He's that good. And he's finally showing he's that good. He was injured all last year, never played, and then first few games this season, he was rusty. Now he's showing he's that good. You can key in on him. You have to. And I think that could open up things for Trevor. He could actually start putting it together a little more.
So with that being
towards the end of the
said,
season.
do you like him? You obviously like Etienne fantasy-wise.
I love ETN fantasy-wise in this game. I like him in any game now.
Even
I mean,
though
the guy.
even though they're going to key on.
Yeah,
Right.
he's proven that he can get the job done week in and week out now,
Right.
and it's hard to say. Every running back can have a bad game. Even the best in the business can have a bad game.
I was
not saying
Derrick Henry's had games where he's put up 20 yards before.
Right.
But that's because the game plan is to stop him.
Right.
And I think that's, like
But
you
the-
just said, I think
yeah.
that's what Kansas City's going to do today is have that game plan to stop at the end.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that's going to prevent him from actually having a decent game
Right.
because I frankly, I just don't think Kansas City's defense is very good. So I think,
They're not great.
I think Etienne will have a decent game. I don't necessarily know if he's going to have a great game, but I think he's going to have a game that he'll put up some decent fantasy points for you. And I think he's going to get at least a touchdown.
Yeah, I've got him rated as let's see, I got him rated as my 10th best running back on the week right now.
Right.
And you know, I mean, he's a starting running back as far as fantasy goes. He's got the ability to put up better than top 10. I mean, top 10 right now is with the fact that yes, they're going to key in on him a little bit more. He's had 4 straight weeks of outstanding numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at the matchup and you say, all right, Kansas City is better against the run than they are the pass. I still think he's going to get his points. He's one of my popular ones to put in DFS this week as well. He's still only like $8,000 for a starting running back that is putting up 100-yard games, and you know you can count on for 100 and a touchdown almost. So love him in DFS. You're going to spend less on him than you would on somebody like Derrick Henry, who's I only have 4 spots higher than him this week against the Denver
Is
defense.
that right?
Yep.
All right. So it's like more of a value play, kind of.
ETN?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the guys that I have above him are guys like Nick Chubb, Austin Eckler, Saquon Barkley. All those guys are like in the 8, 9, or the $9,000 range for what you're going to spend.
Right.
ETN's a little bit more of a value right now still. They haven't up-priced him to those levels yet. So he's a guy that you can get at that level in a DFS and still get the production you're going to get out of a lot of those guys.
No.
And then you're playing Mahomes.
I mean, pretty much everybody on the Chiefs side of the ball.
Playing Mahomes.
You're playing.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
I was gonna say I think I've even played Juju today.
Yeah, or Tony or McCall. Yeah.
I don't have Tony. I just have Juju.
Okay.
So.
Juju.
Kadarius Toney's one where everyone's jumping on that bandwagon right now, and I just don't see it. They're really on playing him right now because
They want Tyreek Hill 2.0.
Well, and McCole Hardman's going to be sitting, I believe. He's listed as out, right? I just haven't seen anything from Cadaverous Toney that tells me that
Nice.
he's going to be anything worthwhile. I've got to see it before I put him in my fantasy lineup. Like I just in a DFS, if you're running the contrarian play, that's fine. If you're putting him in a season long league as your wide receiver 3 right now, wow, what the fuck is going on with your wide receivers?
That's not ideal.
No,
That's not ideal.
no.
But yeah, I tend to agree with you on that. But fantasy wise, like we said, obviously you're starting basically everybody on Kansas City.
Yep.
If you have a better option than Trevor Lawrence, start him. That's my thoughts.
Well, and you look at it, the Jaguars play a lot of single high.
Yes.
So, like, this bodes well for that entire passing attack. Kelsey, Juju, Scantling's a wild card, and so is Cadaverous. But I just, I think this is a smash game for Mahomes.
Yeah. I do too.
And Kelsey, and even a little bit of a Juju game as well.
Okay.
Hope you're right.
Next up, arguably the second biggest game of the week.
Oh, jeez.
Cleveland taking on Miami.
Oh, Jesus.
64% of the money is on the Dolphins, laying 3.5.
Wait, hold on. How was Detroit, Chicago the biggest? And then Jacksonville, Kansas City was the biggest.
No.
No.
I said this is the second biggest game of the week.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about Jacksonville, Kansas City.
You said it was a big one, though.
It is a big one. But it's not first or second.
So we got a whole week full of really big games.
Of course we do.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I just wanted to clarify. You seem really excited about a lot of shitty matchups.
That's right.
I think that Kansas City Jacksonville game is an underrated matchup. I think that could be a very good game.
But I feel like that's been the NFL season this year. A lot of shitty fucking games.
Yeah.
It's,
Dude, even your good teams.
That's my
suck.
point. That's my point. I think there's been a lot of shitty fucking games this year. That's just how the NFL has gone. And then kind of like we talked about, I think that stems from the lack of preseason games.
Yeah.
I think you've seen it.
I absolutely agree with
And
that.
as much as we hate preseason games, because it's just like, well, they're fucking preseason games.
Yep.
They're needed.
And it's the lack of participation
Yes,
in those preseason
absolutely.
games.
And
By the way, before we move on, is anybody keeping an eye on the Twitter feed for
I am.
outs?
I got
You got it
yeah,
pulled
I
up?
got it
All right,
right now,
awesome.
Yep.
Just happened to think of that.
Yeah, I got it pulled up. So, anyways, Miami taking on Cleveland. 64% of the money is on Miami laying 3.5. 60% of the money is on the over at 49.5. 79% of the money is on the Dolphins money line at minus 180.
All right. So some of the things I'm betting on this one before I get to the value index tool. Dolphins are 10-4 against the spread with Tua starting.
Whoa.
Cleveland under Stefanski is 10-7 as an underdog.
Okay.
Just a couple of things to keep in mind there. Browns coming out of a bye, having a couple weeks to prepare for Miami, who is playing at a very high level. The value index tool has Cleveland losing by 1 point in this game. They have them as a 2.5 point value index pick in this one. I don't necessarily know that I agree with that, but I'm a little biased.
You are a little biased.
I'm a little down on my team right now, so don't take my word for it. Value index tool tells you to take Cleveland getting the points.
I know they're going to get a heavy dose of Nick Chubb. That's what she said, but sorry.
They're going to get a heavy dose of Chubb.
But I think they'll be able to somewhat control the clock in that regard. I do see the Dolphins winning this game, and I do see them covering that 3.5.
Yeah, see, and I would lean that way too. That's why I was kind of surprised to see the value index have Cleveland as the team to pick here. Cleveland's got a very slow pace of play.
It's Cisco.
So, good Lord. What is with receivers doing a bunch of weird shit to their hair, man?
I don't know. He just got flagged for bitching at the ref, though.
He had a beef, though. He had 2 legitimate beefs.
See, I didn't see what the play was.
Oh, yeah.
I just saw him
he had
going off on
legitimate
the
beefs.
ref.
So Cleveland plays a very slow game, which is
Well, they have to.
It goes consistent with their run game, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to play a slow-paced game. You're going to run. The Dolphins, oddly enough, aren't much better. So Cleveland's 24th, Miami's 21st in slow pace of play. So
That's a stat?
Yeah, yeah.
Christ, it's just that fucking
You question him with stats.
I did. That's a good point. You're just making this shit up. Apparently, that's a real thing.
I mean, he probably knows how Tua plays with his underwear inside out at this point.
I do not.
I
That
don't
is
know,
not
man.
He knows all the
That is-
pointless stats. He knows all the important ones.
Right.
That is not a stat at this point. If it is a stat, I'll end up learning it. But looking at that, however, the Browns are pretty aggressive when they're behind, when they're playing from behind. So, with that being said, if Miami jumps out to a lead here early and gets an early lead, this could end up being a kind of a back and forth fireworks show. You know what I mean?
You do like the over in this one?
I do. Okay. Yeah, I do. Cleveland can score. I don't necessarily think they're going to be within the 3.5 points, which is why I question that. Who am I to question the value index? But
I know, right?
I think if Miami gets out to an early lead here, this could be a back and forth. This is a decent matchup for Brissett. When you look at it on paper, Miami's pass defense is not necessarily great. Cleveland does remain pretty committed to the run. They got one of the highest run rates when it comes down to
because they almost
to
have
first
to
down.
because you have arguably the best running back in football.
Yes,
And
you have Brisket back
Brisket
there
as your quarterback.
You have Brisket
So
under quarterback.
It's
so.
almost by default that you're running the ball all the time.
Right. Well, and with that said, the Dolphins' defensive weakness is in their ability to defend the pass. They're just not very good at it. So this could be a game where if they get down, Brisket ends up throwing the ball a little more, and they go a little bit more to the pass, which doesn't work well for them, but that might end up happening, and they could have success. I mean, Njoku's out at this point; he's not coming back yet, but they have some receivers who can get past the DBs and actually can catch the ball. What is?
Brady's lining up on the outside. I was just trying to figure out what the fuck was going on.
Okay.
Like, we know Tom Brady can't run. Why the hell is he lining up as a wide receiver?
This is a good point.
And you notice nobody covered him too, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Like literally.
Why would
nobody.
anybody
Well,
cover?
that's why I looked. I was like, who do you think you're fooling?
With that being said, I actually have Tua as my third best quarterback on the week. Cleveland's defense is not been good against the pass as well. And he's been getting the job done with two outstanding receivers on that team. I mean, Waddle and Hill could both be number ones on any team in the NFL. So I have Tua rated as my third best quarterback on the week. Okay. Nick Chubb I have as fourth best running back on the week. Just by sheer volume. They could end up going away from him, but I think if they can stay within reach in this game, they're going to keep pounding Chubb down their throat.
That's what she said.
All right.
God, we are fucking children.
Was that ever in question?
No, but the amount of times on a daily basis I say that with me and any number of friends that I'm talking to or around is becoming alarming. I'm friends with all children.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that, actually. I would agree with that.
All right, so next up, we got Houston taking on the New York Giants. 76% of the money is on the Giants laying 5. It's odd. It's just weird, laying 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I believe it started out at 6.5.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Even against a 1-6 team, I'm like, really? They're laying points.
60% of the money is on the over at 41, and 87% of the money is on the Giants' money line at minus 225. I don't like anything about this game. I'm staying away from it.
I don't blame you. Nothing really stands out to me, but a couple of stats here. The Giants are 4-0 against the spread this year against teams with losing records. They're 6-2 against the spread overall. That's tied for the best mark in the entire league. The value index actually has the team to take here being Houston at a 3.5 value index.
Okay.
Based on a minus 5.5. So that comes down a little bit with minus 5.
Right.
But they still have Houston being the team to take it with the spread. They have the Giants winning 20-18.
I don't see that score happening at all.
I don't either.
I could see like a 23-14 type thing.
Yeah.
But 20-18, come on.
Yeah.
Fuck this index, whatever the hell they call it, when there's stupid scores.
Well, you got to remember, it takes all the simulations.
No, I get it.
And averages them out. So
Right.
they're not saying the score is exactly going to be 20-18. That's the average for all the simulations of those games.
Right.
So we play like 7 Madden matches.
Right,
the
exactly.
average.
Yes. This is what's going to happen. All right.
But yeah, so that's what they have it at. I lean the Giants in this game.
I do too.
I think they're
Give me Tony Soprano and the Giants.
yeah. I mean, they're good enough, and they're at home, and I think you're going to get a heavy dose of Saquon today.
Yes.
I think it's going to be.
That's what he said.
I think.
I don't know.
I don't know if
Like,
that
you
works.
walk up, you're like, you get a heavy dose of Saquon today.
You get a muted bell.
Oh,
A for effort.
I love how when you said it too, it was like a question mark. You're like, that's what he said?
oh.
They all can't go well.
Yeah, they're not all winners.
Yeah. Says the 3 people sitting in this fucking room.
Right.
Says the 3 of us for
From
sure.
my brain to your mouth.
So, yeah, I think this game for the Giants is. I'm going to get back on track here for a second. This game for the Giants is going to be a big Saquon game. And Andrew says the over in this one at 40.5. Yeah, I tend to agree with that one as well,
Yeah,
Andrew.
I'm with
40.5 is a low over. And,
If I had to bet anything on this game, that's probably what I would go with is the over.
yep, I agree with Andrew on that one. Dameon Pierce, listen, man, he's been outstanding, and you have trouble getting away from him in fantasy if you have him. I'd play him. It might be a mistake for me, but I actually played him over Deontay Foreman this week. And listen, Deontay Foreman is my 5th running back out of 5, so I'm doing all right there, but I might have made the worst decision as far as taking Pierce because Foreman had a hell of a game. But I do like him in this matchup. They never go away from him, really. Like he's the guy. He's the bell cow. He's that guy in Houston right now. It does look like Brandon Cooks is going to be back. There's a lot of drama surrounding him. He was out last week with personal reasons and an injury,
Or it's because he's pissed and he doesn't want to fucking be there.
which is that's the case. By all accounts, right now he's going to be back in this week. I don't necessarily know that I would trust him, but he might be looking to put on a show. He might be looking to prove a point. We'll see. But I think the 2 best plays in this one are Saquon and Dameon Pierce at running back for both teams. I'm not against playing Daniel Jones as a second quarterback. I actually picked him up as my second quarterback in our league of record. Listen, you can't argue with the production as far as fantasy goes. He's been on pace to be a number 2 quarterback in a 2-quarterback league. If you could do worse. I am actually in bad shape quarterback-wise as my second quarterback because my dumbass dropped Justin Fields too early.
Oh.
So, yeah. But, I've got Tua in that league, so I'm all right there. Daniel Jones is my second quarterback. I'm okay with it. He's not exciting.
You're not thrilled about it.
I'm not excited about it, but, it is what it is.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Find out who has Justin Fields. Get him back on your team. because he sucked when he was there.
Hey, does Ski still have 6 wide receivers?
No, I think he fixed it.
Did he finally fix it?
Yeah, I know for a fact he wasn't listening last week because in big bold letters, like I was yelling at him, I told him to drop one, and he just came back with "Whoa." I was like, he's clearly not paying attention to what's going on here.
Clearly.
Then, so
it's like, yeah, dude, you got 6 wide receivers.
funny thing was, we were talking about it. We were talking to Dave about it.
Yeah.
Both Dave and I texted him at the exact same time.
Oh, did you?
So he was just, if he had no idea, he was absolutely blindsided by the fact his roster had been fucked up for a week and a half.
Jesus. Got to pay attention, man.
Yeah, even after Dave put out that message and then we text him, he still was like, what?
What? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
We got some slow people in this league, man. Starts off
Is
with
that,
the three of us.
is that a politically correct term?
Yeah, I'm not
Can we use
gonna.
that?
I'm not gonna insult our audience like that. Sorry, folks. Frank says you're slow.
I said in our league.
Oh, in our league. I thought
Yeah.
you said.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you said listening.
No.
Oh.
Well, my brother's listening, so.
That's between y'all.
Well-
Staying out of that one.
So is Eric. So and Andrew. I'm not saying you're slow, guys. I'm just saying who's listening. Take that how you want.
Yeah, no, it fits the bill.
I'll be honest with you. If anybody's actually friends with any one of the three of us, they're probably a little bit slow.
Oh, that can confirm.
Yeah.
There is no probably.
Good on the fantasy.
Yeah.
Aspect? All right. Next up. Now this game right here.
Eric-
This is sexy.
Eric says I'm staying out of that too.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Something I should have said a couple times.
You get the loud bell.
Now this game, this matchup right here, this is a sexy matchup.
Oh God. All right. A non-sexy matchup.
Oh, this is a very sexy.
Oh, it's very sexy matchup.
Very sexy.
I thought you said non-sexy.
No,
matchup.
it's incredibly sexy. It's
Sexy.
the 3-6 New Orleans Saints taking on the 2-6 Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh.
Spread wise, New Orleans is laying 1. Over under is at 39.5 with 70% of the money on the under, and 65% of the money is on Pittsburgh money line at -105.
Is Jameis playing? Is Jameis hurt?
I
Is
legitimately want
Jameis
nothing to do. I will not watch this game. I don't want anything to fucking do with it.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. This is not a. This is just a fucking awful game in my opinion. I probably won't. I'm not going to watch as much football as I do on the weekends where I don't have my daughter. But even with the little bit of football I will watch, I'm hoping I don't see much of this game.
Seriously, like if gun to my head, the only thing I would even remotely go for is probably the under.
Yeah.
I think these two teams are just gonna trog through the fucking game.
Yeah, it's just
And
gonna-
it's a pick'em.
Yeah,
the
it's a
worst.
pick'em. That's even
Like,
better.
It's a garbage matchup.
Right.
It's
like
God.
this game belongs on Thursday night,
Yes.
and you
Yeah.
can see it. It's so
It's
funny.
probably going to be worse than this week's Thursday night game.
Yeah. It's but I would love it because you saw what Al Michael said on this past Thursday. He goes, he's like, man, like I called a Miracle on Ice, and now I got to sit through 2 XFL teams playing. It's like life comes at you fast. It's like, dude,
Did he really say that?
he did. It was great.
I had seen it. I did not hear it, but I saw like
Oh, it was great.
the thing going around on social media that
It's
he
great.
supposedly had said it.
Well,
That dude
you always see social media posts
Right.
where this person said
Oh, I
this,
know.
and it's,
Gandhi
and
has said everything
and it's
at
and
this
it's like,
point.
wait a second, did he really say that?
That dude is so checked out on Thursday Night Football because it's so bad.
It is bad.
Well, and it's Thursday Night Football, so the only thing it's on is Amazon, so you
Exactly.
can pretty much say whatever
Yeah.
you want to on there. I
And-
mean,
and-
for fuck's sake, they put Marshawn Lynch on there.
Exactly, and that's the thing. It's like because he's Al Michaels, he's a legend. He's in the conversation of with the GOAT conversation.
Absolutely.
You're gonna let him get away with it. And frankly, he's not fucking wrong.
Yeah, he's not. Looking at the value index, they actually have New Orleans being the team to take in this one. They have them winning 21. Well, actually, almost 22-16.
I don't know if anybody's a winner in this fucking game.
Well, unless they tie, there will be a winner. But
No, I'm saying- but everybody else loses.
But nobody that's going to watch this game individually
Is a-
is a
yeah,
winner.
no.
If you're watching the Red Zone, which I highly recommend, you probably won't see much of this game. So
No.
I would recommend that.
even in the red zone, you probably won't see much of this game.
I don't think these two teams will see much of the red zone in the game.
If they show up, they'll get a split screen where they focus on the one game and they're like, "Oh yeah, New Orleans is in the red zone."
Now, if you could have like punters on your fantasy team, you might be all right with this one.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, can we do that instead of kickers? Can we get punters?
God, we should have been able to do that years ago.
Punters?
I could have drafted McAfee then.
You know what? We'll let you draft him this time, too, if we put in
Yes.
punters. You
Yeah,
can draft McAfee.
Yeah.
As far as fantasy goes, I don't necessarily know that I like anything in this matchup other than Alvin Kamara. I mean, he came flying back down to planet Earth last week in that Monday Night Football matchup, but I think this is a good spot for him. It's an ideal bounce-back spot against a run defense that's ranking like 23rd in rush against. So I do like him in this matchup. That's about it. I don't like anything else.
No, I'm with you. I'm
out.
I don't like anything about this game.
I'm
at all.
out.
So
And it's hard. It's so weird to say. I just bit my lip. It's weird to say, but I don't like Najee Harris either. They haven't been using him very well. He hasn't been getting the job done. They're starting to use Jaylen Warren a little bit more, which is weird, but because Najee's such a damn good running back, but they just can't open holes for him. He can't get any room to run. So they're using Jaylen Warren a little bit more, and I don't know, man. That's a backfield I don't really want much of a part of.
no, and like I said, when we first introduced this game, I don't want any fucking part of this game at all. Betting wise, fantasy wise, I don't care. And thankfully, I don't think I have anybody on my fantasy team that's involved in this game. So
I do. I have Kamara in a couple leagues,
Okay.
and I'm okay with that. He's done pretty well for me over the season. Last week, not so good.
yeah,
But I do kind of look for this to be a bounce-back game for him.
right. All right, next up we got Denver taking on Tennessee.
Oh, and I just want to throw out there, too, that Michael Thomas is a pussy.
Yes, he is.
I'm
confirm.
I'm done with Michael Thomas.
I was just watching Byron Leftwich coach Tom Brady.
Wow.
Talk about life coming at you fast.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
Sorry. I saw that and I was like, who would have ever thought this would happen?
yeah. So next up we got Denver taking on Tennessee. 73% of the money is on Tennessee minus 2.5. 69% of the money is on the under at 39, and 67% of the money is on Tennessee money line at minus 140.
Bro, he tried on that one. See if they can get the replay here.
I think this game coming up is going to be a real burn burner.
100%. Yeah, absolutely.
He tried to one-hand it,
Yeah.
but he tried to one-hand it flat, which never works out.
Yeah, no.
But if somebody could do it, I'm sure it would be him.
I think this is going to be a real burn burner. Denver versus Tennessee. Yeah. This is another one I want no part of.
Same here. Yeah, and again, it involves Russell Wilson, so I will have no part of it.
I'm not going to lie. It's 3 straight matchups that we're about to get into that are
fumble.
Oh no!
Fumble.
absolute
Fumbleia. Fumbleluski. Fumbellini.
Yeah,
Fumble.
that was bad. Just go down, man.
Yeah.
And it's not even potentially the worst matchup on the docket. Like, we haven't even got to what could be the worst matchup.
What, the next one?
Nope. I mean, that should, on paper, be the worst one.
So I'll get to the value index here real quick. Value index has Denver being the team to take here.
Value index says don't bet this game at all.
Value
mean,
Index says save your money this weekend.
Value index says take Denver. The three of us say save your money.
Yes.
For sure.
Don't bet on this game.
I would not.
No.
I would not.
You do not want to ride. No
No.
riding. Do
No.
not ride with Russ.
Nope. I do have him in my top 12 as far as quarterbacks this week, only because Tennessee's so bad against the pass. He could accidentally fall into some points. I mean, it could happen.
I don't know if he could even do that.
I don't know. I question it, but it's possible.
Broncos
You know, it's
country.
one of those things where I don't know.
Let's
We'll
ride.
see.
Let's
Broncos
ride.
country.
Let's
Let's
ride.
ride.
Let's ride.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Yeah.
What was the other one I sent you the other day?
I don't know, man. There's so many of them.
Like, every day he puts out one. I get to send it to Chris just to torture him. And then he sends me all this shit about how everyone of my team sucks.
And then obviously Derrick Henry.
Oh yeah, I mean
You got to play him. It's a tough matchup for him though. That Denver defense is pretty good, and they're damn good against the run. It's a tough matchup, but I mean you have to play him. He's Derrick Henry. and he's been known to make better teams look bad. So, other than that, I'm done with any of my analysis on this game.
He has also made worse teams look good, though.
Tannehill is officially active, since we're speaking on this.
Is he? Okay.
Yes. And another blow to the Bills' defense is Tre'Davious White is not active today.
Oh.
So
That bodes well for Cousins and that passing attack.
Yeah.
it does. He's
Yeah, it
my
does. This
only
is
quarterback this week,
like we
so.
talked about, it says the first game we talked about, hammer the Vikings.
Oh, it's your only quarterback you're playing this week?
Yeah, I got the
Oh, you got screwed on the bye. the bye
Burrow
week?
on a bye week. So
Yeah, and you're not going to drop and pick up another guy. Fuck that.
Yeah, this is a rule that absolutely has to be changed.
yep. I do. Sometimes I enjoy things that make managing your roster a little bit more difficult, though. It does kind of wean out the people who aren't as intelligent and don't really know what to do.
You know,
I don't know.
I dropped Daniel Jones and then picked him up the exact same week because I didn't really need to play him just to get him back the next week. But, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, am I dropping 2 on a bye week? Fuck no. I'm keeping them on my roster, and I'm just
Right.
going to play one quarterback.
And I had Cousins and Burrows. Like,
And I'm hoping on the same. I haven't looked at the bye weeks yet, but I'm hoping on the week I have 2 on a bye, all 5 of my running backs are available because I'll just put one of the 5th running backs in there at that spot.
well, you've also got Taysom. Or do you?
Yeah,
you
I still
cut
have.
him
Yeah,
again?
no, I have
Okay.
Taysom. Yeah, I have
So
Taysom.
I mean,
I can always throw him.
he's a quarterback.
Yeah, but if you have if I have him on my roster, I can't put him in the quarterback spot because he would be 3 quarterbacks. So I can only play him in a non-quarterback spot.
Well, then hopefully your quarterback gets injured one of those weeks. You could put him on IR. Then all of a sudden he becomes eligible to be your quarterback.
Yeah.
Or you could just pick up a better one. At
Or
that
I could just
point,
put him
but-
in another flex spot and put one of my running backs in the quarterback flex spot.
I'm just watching this game.
Oh.
This turf, like the field they're playing on, is fucking garbage.
I just saw the corner of my eye, Chris going like this, and I was
Dude, they're-
like,
they're
he's
slipping all
getting
over the
annoyed with
place.
Whatever we're talking about,
It's terrible. Like
We've lost him.
no, you didn't. I just because I wanted to make sure what I was seeing was right, and yeah, these players are sliding all over the place, man. Like you can see big chunks of grass getting taken out anytime they try to stop.
What's the last time somebody was on this field?
Last time Bayern Munich played on it, because that's whose stadium it is. Huh?
Who?
Bayern Munich.
Munich.
That soccer team?
Yes.
Okay.
It's one of the biggest soccer teams in the world. But yeah, this turf is not.
Yeah, Frank.
I mean, because you've seen it especially this past week, and even weeks previous to that. You've seen a lot of the players coming out, and they want to get rid of these turf fields that are basically in every NFL stadium now, which I don't blame them because that stuff sucks, and I would much rather play on grass. But you see these guys, they're slipping all over the place. They can't, the previous series when the Bucs threw an interception, Brady, for whatever the reason, they broke out Brady as a wide receiver again. They threw it to him, but he slipped.
They did it again?
Yes, they slipped.
They probably did it the first time just to see if anybody was going to cover
I
him.
guess, but the pass got intercepted because Brady slipped down.
Who
'Cause
threw it?
I have no idea. I didn't see who threw it, but it wouldn't matter because he had slid down, so it was bound to happen.
I just wanted to know who their
Right.
next passer
My
was.
guess it was Fournette, but I don't know that for a fact. I didn't see exactly who threw it.
Rashid White. Look at him busting some out.
Oh, with the stiff arm too. All right, so you guys are done with this Tennessee?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Fair enough.
I've been done with it. Been done with it.
Forgot what game we were even talking about.
Been done.
Next one.
Now,
Yep.
yeah, I think
It's a game too.
this is this.
It's a game.
It's a game that will be on. The 3-5-1 Indianapolis Colts taking on the 2-6 Las Vegas Raiders. 51% of the money.
Wait,
is
what's the Colts record?
3-5-1.
Gotcha. Okay.
51% of the money is on Indianapolis getting 4.5. 60% of the money is
All
on
the odds.
60% of the money is on the under at 41. And it's split 50-50 down the middle, money line. So plus 175 to Indianapolis, minus 210 for the Raiders.
I see Eric says that stiff arm. Yeah, bro, that was
great.
That was a monster stiff arm.
That was great.
The most exciting thing about this matchup is I just discovered it's odds versus evens. It's the only exciting thing. The records.
Oh,
Indianapolis has 3 odd numbers.
yeah.
Vegas has 2 even numbers.
Wow.
Okay.
That's the most exciting thing about this game.
It's hard to disagree with that. It really
Yeah,
is.
it is hard to disagree. So the value index says take Indianapolis in this one. They're a 1.5 value index in this one. They have them losing but covering the spread. I'm going to tell you, I wouldn't touch this matchup.
I want nothing to do with it at all.
I don't trust Vegas.
They're going to lose.
I don't trust Vegas, and Indianapolis has a guy who's only coached Pee Wee football
Right.
as their head coach. Like literally, Irsay got his drinking buddy
You can
as the head coach
Yeah.
of the Indianapolis Colts. They were out drinking, and like Frank Reich sucks.
Do you want to coach?
They were like, Frank Reich sucks. Yeah, he fucking sucks. Hey, I think I'm gonna fire him. Do you think you might want to coach us next week?
Yeah,
And of course, his drinking buddy's like, "Sure, I'll help. I'll coach."
I'm fairly certain that's how that went down.
Yeah, I am too. That's exactly how fucking went down because it's one of the dumbest moves I think I've ever seen in my life. Not firing Frank Reich because I think he fucking deserved it.
Yes.
But when it comes down to
Hired
firing
Jeff
him,
Saturday.
you fired him mid-season and hired your drinking buddy to fill in for him for the rest of the season. You didn't promote somebody from the coaching staff to fill in for him for the rest of the season. You went, "Hey, dude, we have drinks every week and talk football. Why don't you coach my team?"
And you used to be a really good center.
Yes.
It's like that's
But you have no.
that's the criteria for being a head coach.
He had Peyton Manning's hand in his ass for like 10 years, 15 years.
Dude,
So he's Peyton Manning's puppet.
So
Yes.
he's had greatness inside him.
watching that stiff arm in slow motion. Holy shit, man! Like I don't know.
I thought you'd appreciate
So-
that one.
So because Peyton Manning tickled his ivories with his fingers for about 10 years, this guy is going to be a good head coach.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, man. I would take a Hall of Fame center over a tight end. So there I got a leg up on the Lions.
Yeah, right. I got nothing. I got nothing on this game for fantasy wise either. Like,
Josh Jacobs.
don't
baby.
start the quarterback for Indianapolis, Sam
Ellinger.
Ellinger, a linger. I don't know. Is he a lingerer? He's a lingerer.
Yeah.
He lingers. Lingerer. I'm gonna play Jonathan Taylor and hope that at least with the drinking buddy coaching the team that they can actually get back to running the football with him.
That the drunk guy's smart enough to go, run.
Yeah. Hey, you run the football.
Hey, you snap it, give it to him, you run.
You run. That's
all we're doing today.
I'm
guys.
really hoping that's the game plan through this because Jonathan Taylor needs to be handed the ball more. This does not bode well for Michael Pittman, I don't think, because he was already looking bad with Ellinger at quarterback.
Yeah.
Which is bad because he's a really, really good receiver, and he's in a shit situation right now.
He is.
These are two teams that I pretty much came to the conclusion this week are both tanking.
Well, I think listen, if you hire your drinking buddy as a head coach,
Yeah.
you're literally and
And
you
you went to Sam Ellinger. You
Right.
literally sat Matt Ryan. Not saying Matt Ryan's good by any means at this
he
point.
wasn't,
But you sat him and said, "You're not worth paying anymore. We're just going to keep you there so you don't get hurt.
Right.
And we're just going to go with the kid."
and we're going to go with the kid who we know will get us a bad record, and we can try and get a high draft pick this year.
And Vegas just ships out Abrams. Doesn't even ship him out. Just says, "Fuck it, you can leave."
And then
The curse of Frank Giagata.
And then Blake Martinez just went
retires.
Fuck it, I'm out.
28 years old after week 9. Just goes, you know what? I'm going to retire.
Done.
I'm going to retire. I'm done.
This is Blake Martinez walking out. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
That's right.
Fuck
I
this shit,
I
I'm
believe
out.
that is correct. Yes.
That's yeah.
Like-
It's a back alley abortion for both these teams, and there's some bright spots on both. But
No, there's not.
more so.
There's
Well,
no bright spots in Vegas.
if you're looking at fantasy, right? I mean, Josh Jacobs has been everything that you drafted him to be. Finally, because
when
they're
the
using
team sucks, Josh Jacobs is finally the guy that
right
we could be.
because they're using him like we said they should.
Now get that team and this Josh Jacobs, and let's bring them together.
Yep. And then you got Devontae Adams, who
And that's why these are disappointing teams, because at the beginning of the season, we kind of had these teams doing some things.
Yep.
And they have been incredibly disappointing. But
so the Colts defense plays a lot of single high, so that does bode well for Devontae Adams and Derek Carr connection. I mean, what was it, 10 for 146 and 2 touchdowns last week against Jacksonville.
Yep.
also one of the top 5 in single high looks. Lost Hunter Renfroe. Darren Wall has been placed on IR. Foster Moreau could be a decent play here, maybe if you're searching for a tight end. But one of the surprise plays from the rest of the way out to me could be Mac Hollins. You're missing Renfroe. Waller's on IR. You need somebody other than Adams to catch the ball, right? Mac Hollins could be that guy. He could get you some good points if you're looking for some help in your receiving core, or even DFS lineups. He's a good play.
I use Vontae the same way that Arizona uses Nuke. Just when he's out there, throw it to him. Just throw it to him. Don't throw it to nobody else. Just keep feeding him. That's it.
Next up, we got Dallas taking on Green Bay. 68% of the money is on Dallas laying 4. 65% of the money is on the under at 44.5. 75% of the money is on Dallas money line at minus 205. I like the Cowboys in this one. I do. I think Green Bay is broken.
They're completely broken, and that's one thing we talked about the Lions with their defense looked good last week. Was it more the Lions defense looked good or the Green Bay Packers offense looked like garbage, man?
It was so bad. Anything they tried to do just didn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't look good for them. They are a completely broken team, and I would hammer Dallas in this one.
Yep.
I think Dallas is a huge play in this game. So the value index says it as well. They're a 7.2 value index in this one.
Shit.
They're one of the highest value indexes on the week, actually.
Yeah.
So I would take them and be comfortable giving up the 4.5 points it is right now. What is it?
4.
4?
Yep.
Yeah. So I would take that and be happy as hell with it. Godwin?
Yep.
Thank you.
It's where I see now
Godwin
a
touchdown.
major difference between guys like Tom Brady and guys like Aaron Rodgers. We wanted to talk for so many years how Rodgers was talented, and he absolutely is.
Oh, he is, by far.
But look at what happened with Brady at the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Brady was going nuts. We were making fun of him every single week for going off on linemen, going off on different guys.
Mm-hmm.
But his guys have gotten it together. Mm-hmm. You got Rodgers out on the field, not trying to pump anyone up, just looking around going, what the fuck, guys? What the fuck?
And some of that goes, and I'm not a huge Aaron Rodgers backer by any means, never have been, but
I love Rodgers. I'm just going to point it out when you don't have that fire anymore, and he don't have that fire anymore.
And so, it kind of looks like he's given up, and some of that goes to Tom Brady still has very, very good wide receivers to throw the ball to. I mean, you got Mike Evans, you got Godwin, you've got Julio Jones, who he's a shell of his former self, but he's still Julio.
He's your third option. I'll take a shell of Julio as a third option any day.
And you've got Fournette, who's playing well. You've got Rashid White, who looks like he's playing pretty damn well. Even the running backs on Green Bay who are playing well, Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon has not looked very good this year. But other than that, Aaron Rodgers has nobody. It's like he's out there by himself.
And it feels like any time he does throw the ball to one of his receivers, they either drop it
or get hurt as soon as they catch it. They catch it and get hurt or drop it.
Well, that was the other thing. I don't think many people around here were paying attention to. I kind of kept away from the Lions talk this week because I couldn't fucking listen to people actually happy about that. But
I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
That's an old school one.
I know.
It's fuck, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Honestly.
With Green Bay?
Yeah.
Nobody.
I don't think anybody does. I don't even think they do.
I think it's a combination of things. A, he doesn't have any targets, and B, I think Aaron Rodgers despises Matt LaFleur.
There's a lot there.
They had 7 straight plays where a starter, not literally 7, but there was probably 3 straight plays where one of their starters got hurt last week.
Yeah.
So it's not even the fact they don't have anyone; it's that they can't keep them around either.
That's true, but you see it just in Rodgers' demeanor, especially when it comes to Matt LaFleur. It's just like
that was like the worst kept secret, though.
Yeah. He always tried to play it off like, oh no, everything's good. Nah, it's clearly not. But I mean, it's kind of I don't want to say it's sad to see the Green Bay Packers demise because I actually fucking love it. But it's amazing to me just how quickly it just went downhill.
It went downhill very, very fast.
It feels like the meme with the little stick figure with the stick in his hand.
Come on, do
going,
something.
Do something.
Yeah, exactly.
Do something.
Fantasy wise, I like pretty much everybody on Dallas. I do.
Yeah, so the only thing that's going to hurt Dallas fantasy-wise is maybe a lack of volume for the pass catchers.
Yeah.
Dalton Schultz is actually, now that he's come back, he's actually done pretty well. He's getting targets from Dak again. CeeDee Lamb's a tough one to sit. But again, it's going to be a limited volume for them because I think they're going to rely on that run even if Zeke doesn't come back. Pollard was very successful last week. 14 for 131 and 3 touchdowns.
He had a day.
That was an outing. You know what I mean? Like, and he's no slouch. So, but if Zeke comes back, I think they're going to rely on the run even more with both those guys.
So if you have one or either or, or
I would be okay with playing either one. If I have Zeke and I have a better option, maybe I'm waiting to see how that injury is if he's really back from it or not.
Right.
I think if you have Tony Pollard, you should be playing him even if Zeke comes back today.
Which I do have Tony Pollard.
Been saying it all year. He's their one. Zeke's their two now. The only person who doesn't believe that is the guy who has a say in it.
I was just going to say, not according to Jared Jones.
Yeah,
Jerry,
and
go to Whataburger. Don't pay attention between the hours
Jared Jones.
4:30 and 7 today.
The Packers defense is allowing the 7th highest yards per carry to backs. That bodes well for either one of these running backs or both if they're both playing. Right. So I think you go that route. I'm playing CeeDee Lamb. I'm
not happy about it.
I'm reeling in my expectations because it's going to be lack of volume. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to rely heavily on that run, whether Zeke is back or not. Tony Pollard's going to get his points, and if Zeke's back, he's probably going to get his as well. And it's going to be one of those games. Green Bay, I don't know. Is Aaron Jones going to play?
I hope.
Is anybody on Green Bay going to be able to catch the ball when Aaron Rodgers throws it? Dobbs won't be playing. He's out. He's got a high ankle sprain. Lazard is
the thing.
Lazard is who we thought he was. He's Lazard. I mean,
basically, who are they going to throw the ball to?
Yeah. And I'm sitting here trying to talk through this because I don't know. Is Christian Watson finally going to step up as a second-round pick from this year?
Didn't he get hurt last week, though?
Who?
Watson.
He did. I think he did. I know Dobbs did.
Dobbs got hurt.
I want to say Watson did too.
Yeah, I thought he got popped too.
Watson's been hurt all year almost. I don't think he's done anything. But Dobbs
Jones is expected to play.
Okay, I know Dobbs is officially out.
Right.
He's got a high ankle sprain.
I think at this point,
Lazard's been in and out.
I think at this point, just put cardboard cutouts out and just there's your
if
wide
you
receivers.
if you can hit him at a certain spot, it's a completion.
Put a little hole in the middle. If you hit that hole, it's a completion.
Like for the quarterback passer competition.
Exactly, yes.
Schefter just tweeted out, Josh Allen is active,
yes,
but he is not on the field during warmups.
Oh, smash Minnesota, people. Smash Minnesota.
Yep.
Go on right now and smash Minnesota. If that line has not moved, smash it. Take them plus the points. We said that originally already.
We did.
Smash them plus the points.
So he's either really hurt or they're starting to think we're not playing him.
They shouldn't play him.
I know.
We said that from the jump. We said that on fucking Tuesday. They shouldn't play him.
There's a few quarterbacks this week that are just like they shouldn't be playing.
See, I got it right now. The line is at 4.5.
Oh. So Vegas already knows.
Yep.
Yeah.
Vegas already knows.
Yeah, I'm hammering the.
Schefter tweeted out 9 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, if you were listening to us when we first talked about this game, we told you to put money on Minnesota already. So, and that was at getting 6.5 or 7 points. So,
yeah,
let's get to the battle of the backups now.
Jesus. Yeah, I think I'm done talking about Dallas.
Green Bay?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I'm done with that.
Come on, man. All right, next up we got Arizona taking on the Los Angeles Rams. 51% of the money is on Arizona getting 3. 64% of the money is on the over at 39, and 75% of the money is on Arizona plus 130.
I just want to let you know if you're betting on this game, you're betting on 2 backup quarterbacks.
The hell is that?
That was my ringtone.
Oh,
That was my phone ringing.
His birth control reminder.
That was, that was a spam call on my phone.
Yeah, if you were betting on this game, you have a gambling problem probably.
Which one?
The Arizona-Los Angeles Battle of the Backups.
Oh,
but Stafford's not playing, right?
Neither is Kyler.
Kyler's out?
Kyler's
Officially?
He's supposed to be out. They're both very doubtful, from what I've seen.
Okay.
So you're going to have Colt McCoy and whoever the fuck is Stafford's backup.
John Wolford.
Who?
That guy.
John Wolford.
Never heard of him.
You say that every time I say he's Matt Stafford's backup.
Because I've never heard. Seriously.
He actually
sounds
played,
like a lawyer.
He actually played a playoff game for the Rams.
He does sound like a lawyer.
Yeah.
Yes.
John Wolford and Associates.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, this is another game. Again, I have no interest in this game at all. None.
Yeah, this is one where let's see, the value index has Arizona being the team to take in this one. They actually have Arizona winning this game. So if you're taking points with them, it tells you that's the way you should go.
Right.
Tyler Lockett, touchdown from Gino. Let Gino cook.
Let Gino. Gino.
Let Gino Gino.
Let Gino. Let Gino. Gino.
That's right.
Let Gino do Gino things.
When you accidentally come up with a new catchphrase.
Let Gino. Gino.
Let
Gino
Gino
Gino.
Gino.
I like it. They need to make T-shirts out of that and sell them to people in Seattle.
It's not delivery. It's the Gino.
We need to trademark that one. You got to trademark that, dude. Run, dummy. He literally had the whole outside. Run.
Tyler Lockett caught the defensive player.
Just asking who he was throwing it to.
Jesus.
Let Gino Gino. How could you miss that one?
It's not delivery. It's the Gino.
I like that. Seriously, you got to trademark that and sell it to the people in Seattle. I think they'd dig it.
We'll get that right on the side of the banner there.
And we can sell it
you
on
go.
our website.
Yeah.
Along with red hooded
we can sell. We
sweatshirts.
can sell shirts that say it's not delivery. It's the Gino.
I'm telling you, I think we could make some money off this. Trademark it. Let's go.
I was going to say, I got somebody who does T-shirts too.
So do I.
We could just do them fucking outright.
So do we.
Okay.
We have a site that sells them.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I'm saying like we could do them outright.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think we should. Yeah, we got to look into this.
It's not delivery. It's the Gino.
I dig it.
The weird fucking things that come out of our mouths.
It's one of those things though that's so stupid it will work.
It
Right.
would work. I'm telling
Yeah.
you,
Like,
it would absolutely work.
I'm sitting here going, "This is so dumb," and I'm like, "No, absolutely not.
It
This
is dumb.
This
do you see
would work."
you see all the dumb shit on the internet?
Exactly
Are you
why
kidding
I'm
me?
saying this would
It'll
work.
absolutely work. I think this is a genius fucking idea.
Posted on all the Seattle Seahawks sites.
That's right.
It's not delivery. It's the Gino.
I'm telling you, this is genius. I think we could make some serious
Is it-
dough on this.
Digino or Degino?
D-Gino.
Okay.
It's not delivery. It's the Gino.
I didn't know if we were going DA/Gino.
Oh.
Like it's.
I think it's
Oh,
DI.
Gino.
I think it's DI though. I think the DiGiorno is DI.
Yeah.
think.
Doesn't matter. We don't
Yeah.
spell it the exact same way.
Yeah, and it'd probably be safer if we
It's
did.
the Gino.
probably
Actually,
end up with-
DA wouldn't be a bad idea. That's
Yeah.
like
That's why I was asking.
It's
like
the
is it
Gino.
Duh.
yeah,
Gino.
yeah.
Duh.
It's duh, Gino.
So it's DUH now.
What game were we talking about before we got into this?
We're
battle
talking
of the
about
backups.
Arizona and the Rams.
Yeah, I'm more interested in our money making venture than this fucking game.
Yeah. Yeah, I listen, especially if it's both backup quarterbacks playing
Yeah.
this game. Wait and see on that, folks. I did hear that Kyler was more on the positive side to play than the negative side, but
I'm gonna double check it.
again, I have Kyler in one league. I also picked up Colt McCoy just in case because I can easily throw him in there. Right. I'm not expecting a lot, but Colt McCoy actually filled in for Kyler Murray last year pretty admirably. So I could do worse as trying to fill in at the last minute.
So Wolford is set to start bearing a drastic change with Stafford.
Gotcha.
Kyler's going to test the hamstring pregame, but a source expressed skepticism based on the progress he's made, and Colt McCoy is ready to start.
Well, there you go.
So basically, that tells me that both quarterbacks are not going to play.
There you go.
Yeah, it kind of seems like that's leaning in that direction. So
And in all honesty, if Kyler's hurt, like,
sit him. Smart.
yeah, like
It's smart.
what's the point?
Yeah. Well, not to mention, so if you're looking at guys like DeAndre Hopkins, Rondell Moore drops down a little bit because he's also battling a little bit of an injury, but Hopkins still is going to be the guy. If Colt McCoy is going to throw to anybody, he's going to look at DeAndre Hopkins' way.
Yeah.
You could
and-
also see Ertz get some
Yeah, some over the middle stuff, some short
Ertz
stuff.
Could have a day. Actually.
And by all accounts, Colt McCoy actually filled in for Kyler last year decently, so you could do worse than that. But I don't see big numbers coming from anybody in this game. The one where you might want to look is James Conner. Returned to action last week, picking up a 71% snap share, which he completely outsnapped everybody else once he came back last week. So this could be a smash spot for James Conner if they have backup quarterback in there, and they're going to look to just run the ball and keep the ball in their own hands, not give it to L.A.
I dig it.
This is kind of a down spot for Cooper Kupp, though. I don't trust Wolford as much as I would Colt McCoy.
Right.
Colt McCoy to get the ball to DeAndre, I trust that a little more than I do Wolford getting the ball to Kupp. So this could be a down spot for Kupp as well.
Look at Goodell. He's sitting between two chicks. He's like, threesome after the game. Let's go.
Yeah. He's like, hey, you down?
I'm in Germany, man. No rules.
Red light district.
Let's
Me,
go.
You, and you after.
Next up, we have the Chargers taking on the Niners. 64% of the money is on the Chargers plus 7.5.
This really might be the best game this week.
Maybe
It might be. It might be.
53% of the money is on the over at 45, and 73% of the money is on the Niners money line at minus 325.
So you got the Chargers. They're 4-0 against the spread on the road this season. Jimmy Garoppolo, he's 7-3 against the spread when coming off an 8-day rest or more. And I don't know whether that speaks more to Jimmy Garoppolo or the team or whatever, but that's just a fact.
Yeah.
49ers coming off their bye week.
Gets CMC more time to get acclimated to the
Right,
offense.
and we said it.
Which,
during,
I mean, after his last game, does he really need to get that much more acclimated to the offense?
I don't know that you do, honestly, but I mean,
It's now scary that he's going to know what he's doing.
Yeah.
yeah, yep. So with that being said, so the value index has the Chargers being the team to take at a 4-point value index here. They have San Francisco winning this by 3 points. I tend to lean in that direction also. I think San Francisco will win this game. I don't think it's a smash spot for them where they're going to win by more than
I
7.
don't either. I like that 7.5. I definitely would go to the Chargers on the 7.5.
I lean in that direction as well.
Getting the 7.5.
Listen, the Chargers still have guys like Austin Eckler, Herbert. Mike Williams is out.
For the love of God, is Keenan Allen ever going to play football again?
He's the new Michael Thomas.
Seriously.
You can't be the new Michael Thomas when the old Michael Thomas is still Michael Thomasing.
But he's not. He's done for the year now. So now Keenan Allen's turned into the new Michael Thomas because he's the one that's week to week every week.
Wasn't Michael Thomas out for like the last 2 years though?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, but then this year he was week to week. He was week to
was
week.
he?
He was week to week, and now all of a sudden he's out for the year.
No.
And
I just never paid attention.
Yeah.
I just assumed he wasn't coming back.
Yeah, Keenan Allen's the guy that he came back for like a series and then he's out again, and he's I don't know, man. Like that guy can't stay healthy. But you got Josh Palmer. He had double-digit targets back-to-back weeks. He's coming off an 8 for 106 outing, which we all talked him up last week, and he was a good play for what we said last week. This is a spot where I would expect him to also do well again. Austin Eckler is a guy where, I mean, he's doing great this year. His first couple games were down, but they're relying on him a lot, so smash that. Christian McCaffrey's got a great matchup in this one. Yeah, I think I'm all over all the offensive players in both these teams. I know San Francisco has a good defense, and it's not necessarily a great spot for the Chargers, but some of their offensive weapons are going to be hard to keep down, and especially if they're going to be playing from behind in this one, they're still going to get their points fantasy-wise.
I would tend to agree with that. Other than that, this might be a decent game. I mean,
yeah, I'm actually looking forward to seeing this one. I'm glad it's on the afternoon slate, and it's going to be one of the only three.
Sunday night.
Sunday night. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, not many games this week. We're already moving on to the Monday night game.
Yeah.
Yeah, how many? There's a lot of bye weeks this week.
Yeah, so this will be a good one for Sunday night game. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. And finally, the Monday night game, we got the Washington Redskins taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. 53% of the money is on Washington getting 11. 64% of the money is on the over at 43.5, and 88% of the money is on the Eagles -5 money line -500.
So Looking at this one, the value index tells you to take to take Washington. Actually, it has Philly winning this one by 7. What's the spread again?
11.
11. Yeah. So I mean, 11 points is a little tough, but I mean, you got Washington traveling to Philly.
But we've seen it with Philly. They always
They again, we say it all the time. They do well at the start, and then they let up.
And I believe in Taylor Heineken. Tyler, whatever the fuck his name is. Taylor Heineken.
Taylor Heineke.
Yes.
Tyler Heineken.
Yes.
Yeah, I like Philly. I don't necessarily like them by 11, so I'm kind of with the value index on this one.
Yep.
Take Washington with the points.
I am as well.
I think they can keep pace.
Yeah. Obviously, you stay away from the money line if you're going to bet Philly because it's pointless. And Brady just threw a horrible interception. Holy shit.
I was gonna say, what are you gonna win? Like 7?
Yeah,
cents?
like there's no minus 500. It's pointless. Like, I do like the over in this game as well. So if you want to do a little parlay action, take Washington getting 11 and go some money on the over. Yeah, that's something I could absolutely see because I do believe this game is going to be over 100%.
I do too, and speaking to that, I think as far as fantasy goes, I like both sides of the ball in this one. What was that?
Took him a long time to change that.
It
shot,
really did.
too.
That's going to be a meme
the
here.
guy sitting there going like this the entire time.
That's going to be a meme in like 3 minutes, 100%.
That's funny.
And the camera's just showing this dude like,
oh yeah,
watch this guy just flipping everybody off. Like
that was great.
He's just double birding it.
Oh,
Yeah.
he definitely double birded it.
didn't
that
even
was great.
bother to switch shots.
Nope, that was great. Oh,
Ooh.
Gino almost gave it right back.
Gino just Gino'd.
Jesus,
That was delivery.
yeah.
That was not Gino.
Nope.
But was it though? Because delivery would have been a little bit more odd.
Right.
Gino is just about right.
Oh man.
So looking at both teams, I actually like both offenses in this game, fantasy wise. If I have any of these guys, I think I'm playing them. Tyler Heineke can be a low end quarterback too, even in a 2-quarterback league. Going to be playing from behind. Now the Philadelphia defense is good, but I don't necessarily think they're going to shut them out.
No, I don't either.
So
And like we talked about, like in the back half of games, they tend to kind of play that prevent and win defense type thing. So if you got like Terry McLaurin, which I do, or somebody like that on the Redskins,
Curtis Samuel,
yeah, you're probably going to get garbage time points. But again, in fantasy, they all count the fucking same.
Yep, I agree.
Curtis
and I think
Samuel's basically been plugged into my lineup and not moved.
Right?
Yeah, I think, and listen, he's had up and down weeks, but he finished as a wide receiver 25, wide receiver 38, wide receiver 14, so he's up and down. But
And as my second flex play, like,
and it might be he might take a step backwards. Just know that Jahan Dotson, I think, is finally coming back this week.
Okay.
So the rookie who flashed in the first 3 games, I think he had a touchdown in all 3 games in the first 3 games. I think he had 2 in the first game, and then he had a touchdown in 2 other games, and then got hurt, and he hasn't been back since. So I believe this is going to be his first game back. I don't know how they're going to use him, but it's possible that Samuel's output could take a step back in this one just because of that.
I think he carved himself enough of a spot to stay somewhat relevant.
I agree.
But yeah, he's definitely going to lose
The
some
possibilities
because
there.
of that. Yeah.
Oh, it's not delivery. It's the Gino.
The Gino, baby. I'm telling you, we got to make this happen. Absolutely, we got to make this happen. Fantasy-wise, other than that, I mean, you're pretty much starting everybody for Philly. I think Sanders might have a day. I think A.J. Brown's going to have a day. Obviously, Jalen Hurts, who is arguably the MVP of the league right now, honestly, he'd get my vote.
He would have my vote at this point, too.
Didn't you and I say this at the beginning of the year? Or was it you and I who said it?
I think all 3 of us kind of.
I was going to say, I know for a fact I had him. I don't remember who else did.
I think Chris's pick officially was Herbert.
It was Herbert,
Okay.
but we all kind of had
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts as the guy that was gonna.
There you go.
They got
That's
it.
a flag.
Yeah, we had Jalen Hurts as the guy that was gonna like take that leap to becoming a star or superstar, or whatever.
Absolutely.
And so far he has.
He absolutely has. So.
Lady friend, if you're listening, you can send the Munchkin on down for only her second visit of the day. So
Hey,
we lost.
we did lose.
We lost on the over on that
We
one.
did. I don't think that should be a penalty. That's ridiculous. I don't know. That's not a penalty to me. He's a runner. That's not a penalty to me. He didn't go for the head. Like, what do you want him?
Was he sliding in enough time to give him time to stop?
I think they were
That's
both.
what
I
I
think they were
thought.
both going at the same time. Like, look at this. What do you want him to do? Stop?
Yeah, that's a little tough.
Yeah, and you figure we're watching it in slow motion. It's still pretty
Yeah.
tough call to make.
Yeah, to me that's not a penalty, but
At face value in real time.
but
it looked
honestly,
like
it
one.
looks like they actually picked it up because it's 2nd and 1,
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
they did.
which I actually agree with because that was not a penalty.
But again, in game speed, I
Oh,
totally agree with it being called.
Yeah, because
Oh,
but
he
that's
was
the
out
thing,
on
though.
that?
Like, you can't challenge that though.
Right, and that's where the flaw's at in the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah.
You're going to call things in game speed. You got to call them as they look, and that looked like a penalty to me. But
Once you slow it down, you got to catch
Yeah.
that, dude. Are you serious with this shit? Oh, that's bad. You got to catch that.
he did catch it.
Yeah, out of bounds
the second foot came out.
Oh man,
because he was juggling it anyway. If he had caught it just like first time, it probably would have been a touchdown.
I think he was able to drag the first foot, but I don't think he was able to get that second.
Oh,
one
they're gonna have to
down.
they
go
didn't
for
get
it,
it. They're
man.
gonna have to
They
go
did.
for it on 4th.
Again.
It's time for DeGino.
Did you?
It's not delivery.
It's
It's
DeGino.
DeGino.
Is Munson coming down here?
I don't know. I don't think they're listening to us because I said for her to bring them down, but or for her
Let me
bring her down, but
send her down.
I don't think they're listening.
Apparently not.
Bring him on down.
Bring them on down. Come on down. You're the next contestant on Sports on Tap Detroit.
Oh wow. Oh boy, he's screwed. Always doing that.
It's not
Holy-
delivery. It's DeGino.
Holy shit! That was a hell. Everything about that was great.
That was a great catch.
Everything about that was great.
Oh, I hear.
Oh,
I hear tiny
Here she
feet
comes.
steps.
I hear footsteps.
It's Baby Yoda.
Hi. Okay.
Wait, he doesn't get a reaction like that from you.
Nope.
Let's turn you around so you can say hi. All right. Stand up on my lap. All right. I got you. Can you see? All right. All right. Look over there. And let's see. Who do you want to say hi to? You want to say hi to anybody? You want to say hi to Grandma? Say hi, Grandma.
I want to say hi to Auntie Kim and Uncle Chris.
Okay, say hi to them. You just speak right in the microphone. Say hi.
But
Are you gonna wave to the camera? Just wave and say hi. Wave. Say hi. All right, we're almost done. Okay. Can we kiss? Love you. All right, go play, and we'll be back up in a little bit. Okay. All right. That was her hi for the day. She gets very shy in front of the microphone. I guess.
I've noticed
That's
that.
weird.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
She talks a mile a minute constantly, and then gets in front of the microphone and just goes.
I was gonna say when I walked in, like we were just
going
4-hour conversation. It felt like up there, and then all of a sudden she jumps on the mic, and it's
It's nothing.
hi.
Hi. Hi.
Hi. Okay. Anything else on this Monday Nighter?
No, nothing.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Nothing. With that being said, I think we're going to end today's show.
Yeah.
And we're going to finish watching this game here in Germany.
Yeah.
So,
Because it's actually turned into a game.
yeah. Enjoy your football Sunday. Hopefully you win some money, win some fantasy leagues.
If you don't blame us.
Not our fault.
Andrew, you're
if you-
not gonna win.
If you do, keep us in mind when you win big.
Absolutely. Yes.
no.
Then you can absolutely thank us.
Yes.
Andrew sent me his bet, and I just wanted to tell him he's not going to win because he put Diggs over 80 yards, and I don't see that happening if Josh Allen's not going to play now.
Hey, I don't see that happening either. Stranger things have happened, but
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully you win some money, win some fantasy leagues, and then also check back in with us on Tuesday at 7 p.m. for the Sports on Tap Detroit OG show every Tuesday.
Well,
Live.
we'll realize how we'll go over how badly we did in our betting advice,
Yeah, we'll rehash our mistakes.
and hopefully we get back to the good old the norm of bashing the Detroit Lions. So it was weird this week. We didn't get a chance to bash them.
It was very odd. It was very
But of
strange.
course, the 1 week they win, you weren't here.
But do you notice, like, if I'm going to miss, I try to make it a week they win?
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, I can't no-show if they lose. Like, I got to sit there and take it if they lose.
It's all good. I mean, it would
No, you don't. No, you don't.
It would have been nice if you were here. That we
Yeah,
could've-
trust me, I wish I was here.
right.
So you could have you could have at least stuck up for him and had your moment in the sun with him.
And
You know what I mean? They don't have many of those moments.
We
You gotta
actually
take
gave him some
advantage of them.
praise. We did. We didn't hammer him because
Yeah.
again they won, so it's hard to do that. But
You
we
can't
gave him some
hammer a
praise
team that wins for the most part.
for the most part.
So
Well, we'll be able to get back at it on Tuesday.
I hope so.
And you'll have even more fun because it's to Justin Fields.
exactly.
Oh, that'll be even better.
I am so looking forward to
But
this.
you know what's gonna happen? You know the Lions gonna fucking win.
No, they're not.
I hope not.
No, they're not.
just to spite us, they'll fucking win.
No, they won't. Not this one. All right. Go enjoy your football Sunday, and we'll see you on Tuesday for the OG show. Peace out.
Gamble responsibly.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.